day.
Which are after the Manuka honey made in Australia, so can you just let us know?
Yeah, this is Australian Manuka. It's also found in New Zealand as well. It's the same plant. It's a Leptospermum scaparium. We have other varieties of Leptospermum here as well. Some of them are much more active than the scaparium. We've got up to 1,700 MGO here, which is one of the rarest Manuka honeys in the world. We also have about 150 local hives that are feeding off all the native trees around here. We have the ironbark and gum tree in bloom at the moment. It's all cold filtered and coarse filtered as well, so that keeps all the goodness, all the good probiotics inside. Plus we have different varieties, and that's all just to do with where the beehives are situated. So the trees that they're feeding on, and that's the flavour of the tree. That's what you're tasting here, like the macadamia trees, the rainforest, that's all the trees in the rainforest, ironbark trees. We have leatherwood from Tasmania as well, and of course my local honey. So we also have a yellow box here as well, but you're welcome to come in and I'll show you the different varieties of Manuka honey. So I've sold a few today. We're running low, but this is where you normally find the local honey first up, and I sell that in kilo tubs, 3 kilo tubs, and squeezies. This is a local Manuka honey, which is almost black. I tell the kids it's from the Vegemite flour. They believe me. That's Australian kids for you. So that's not medicinal. That's only table grade. So you will find with pure honey that over time it does granulate, and that's because of the good probiotics inside. All you do is put it in some warm water to re-liquefy that. So that's anti-inflammatory, but it's not antiseptic. So it has to be over 300 MGO before it's antiseptic. That's all up here. So this is a 300 MGO, which means 300 parts per million of methyl glyoxal. And that's tested at the Sunshine Coast University. These are the test reports that we send away. They send us back methyl glyoxal parts per million content and NPA, which is for non-peroxide activity. That's the same as New Zealand's UMF. So our top one is a 31, which would be about $2,500 if you were to buy it in New Zealand. So that's double hospital grade. That's what they use in the hospitals for multiple resistant bacterial infections. So that's a 900 MGO. I've got a 1200 MGO, a 1700 MGO, and the lower grades just for colds and flus are 300, and I do have a 600 MGO as well. So it's a little bit bitter, not as sweet as your normal honey.
Interesting. So what's with the 1700 is the top? Is there anything that's coming further than that?
Yes, there is a 2000 MGO and a 2100 MGO that has been out, but they're only small batches. It's very rare that they come up. Even this one is very rare. This is still maturing, and it's going to be going up to well over 1,900 MGO. So there is a process of maturation with Manuka honey. It has a maximum potential. You try and buy your Manuka honey when it's still on its way up. So that gives you a lot longer shelf life. And then after a couple of years in the cupboard in a cool, dark place, then you can put it into the fridge, and that locks in the MGO. So it takes a lot longer for it to lose the MGO. So it's very long lasting. But like all honey, it does crystallize over time. So, but that doesn't affect the quality.
So you can't tell the difference between normal Manuka honey or if it is any mix. Like you get it from the shop, it's so cheap. It's not real Manuka, so how can we tell the difference? Is there a way?
I think it would be real Manuka. The difference is if you're looking in the supermarket, then the supermarket usually sells about a 284 MGO is usually about their top one, which is a 10 plus NPA. Our lowest one starts at 300. So I don't think that they're medicinal grade, the ones that are in the supermarket. So it's not that it's not Manuka, it's just that it's not strong enough. It's like my table honey. So
it's
when
still called Manuka, but it's not?
Well, it's still called Manuka, it's just not medicinal Manuka. You can get medicinal Manuka from the chemist, that's always available. They sell up to around about 1,200. I'm not sure about their prices. You can always come to me and I can try and beat them. And I really doubt you'll ever find anything like a 1,700 in the chemist.
I've looked everywhere. That's why, yeah, that's why I had to come and ask you, you know, questions about it.
Yes, well, that one there is 1,720 MGO, and it's still, the DHA is still 2,840, which means it's, those numbers don't, that doesn't stop maturing until the numbers balance out. So that's got a long way to go yet. It may even hit 2,000 MGO.
Nice. Thanks for that.
Okay, so the 300 MGO, that's where the honey becomes antiseptic, antiviral. So all honey is antibacterial, but Manuka honey is antiviral once it's got 300 parts per million. So this is great for colds and flus. It's great for anti-inflammatory effect, for immune system support, all of those things. So if you're getting sick, you have a big teaspoon, wash it all around your mouth and throat, and it creates an environment that isn't good for the bacterial viruses to be multiplying. Well, it's boosting your immune system and soothing the tissues. So the 300, 600 MGO is just the double strength. It means there's twice as much of the antiseptic in the honey. But when it goes to 900 MGO, that's when it starts affecting multiple resistant bacterial infections. So it's great for stomach problems. It's been shown to help with H. pylori infections, with ulcers, cancer patients going through chemo. If they wash that around their mouth and throat first thing in the morning, then usually it helps prevent a lot of the ulcers from occurring, and they usually get a better feeling stomach from it as well. So that's at 900. That's what they also use in the hospitals on diabetic ulcers. When their medications aren't working, this seems to work a lot of the time. Plus it helps the tissues repair and it keeps the site antiseptic. So from there up just means you're getting stronger. It just means a higher concentration of the active ingredient. This one is a 1200, so it's nearly a 1300 it's been tested at. That's pretty much the top you'll find anywhere at the chemists or anything like that. That's pretty much the top, the highest one. And then this one is the 1720. So you're just looking at nearly twice the hospital grade. So if you've got a stomach problem, sometimes that's the best one to go for straight away to get a start on it, to get more of an effect at the beginning. But this will do the same job. This is just a lot more potent, that's all. So, and that's for wounds, cuts, burns, anything and anywhere. So it's a good all-round honey, and same thing, you just leave that in a cool dark place and it's great shelf life for years. Thank you.